Hi, my name is Paul Heroux. I'm a state representative for Attleboro, and I'm running for mayor. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background and why I'm running for mayor. First, I want to start off by saying that running for mayor was not something I ever envisioned that I'd be doing with my life. You know, I enjoy public service. That's what I want to do with my life. But a lot of parents and teachers were reaching out to me, asking me to run, because they were legitimately concerned about their children's future. It was an education crisis, and things weren't going as well as parents hoped they would. Teachers as well. So I thought about it for 6 months, and I said to myself, I can't just run on one issue. I'd have to run on a lot of issues. How could I make Attleboro a better place? And it turns out there's a lot of things I'd like to do differently. First thing I'd like to say is that education under my administration will be a lot more of a priority. Not only the education funding with the budget, but we also need to get a new high school. You know, the sooner we get a new high school, the better off we are. And the problems associated with the current high school are not going to go away. But education is not the only thing a candidate can run on when they're running for a city the size of Attleboro. I also looked at the business climate in Attleboro. Attleboro is known for being not very business friendly, and that needs to change. Attleboro has a lot to offer, both in terms of its infrastructure, in terms of the people here, and in terms of, you know, the things that we can do with this community. So the things I'd like to do different, include, the following different points. One, I'd like to work more collaboratively with the Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce is a great resource that has not been utilized to the best of its ability in a way that helps us understand the needs of the businesses in Attleboro. But not only work more collaboratively with the Chamber of Commerce, I'd also like to hold quarterly meetings with businesses not affiliated with the Chamber. I'd also like to hire an economic development director. An economic development director is kind of like a sports recruiter. What they do is they go out of the community, they find businesses to bring back to the community, and then hopefully those businesses will open up shop here, and then we can have a more vibrant city. Also, the tax revenues that come with those new businesses will help fund some of the things we need to do here in Attleboro. I'd also like to work more collaboratively with the Attleboro Redevelopment Authority. They can do things that the city can't do. Other things I'd like to do are investigate within City Hall a lot of the regulations and red tape that I've heard as I go around knocking on doors and talking to business owners that they tell me makes it really difficult for them to thrive and succeed in Attleboro. Other times I hear about regulations and red tape that deter businesses from even coming to Attleboro. So education's one thing, business is another thing, but city governance in general is just another thing I'd like to work on as well. One of the things I've learned is that a lot of people in our community want to see term limits. And that's something I'd like to see too, just for the office of mayor. What I'd like to do is create a charter commission to investigate different things that we need to look at within the city charter. And one of them, I believe, and I think about 90% of the city will support this, is that we should establish term limits for the office of mayor. I'm not talking about for city councilors, just the office of mayor. I think it's important to keep a check on that concentration of power in that one office. I'd also like to put our city checkbook online. That's something we do at the State House, within the treasurer's office. That's where I got the idea. It's your money. You should know exactly how it's being spent, dollar for dollar. I'd also like to create a disability rights commission. That's really important, whether you're a veteran with a disability, you're a senior with a disability, a child, whether you're a parent who has a kid with a disability. If you're a business coming to Attleboro, it's important to make sure that you're ADA compliant. And it's also important to make sure all of our government buildings are ADA compliant. There's a lot of things I want to do different within Attleboro. I'd also like to create a city stat program. Now this is something we could do at no additional cost, using just email, PowerPoint, and Excel. I used to do this when I worked in the Philadelphia jail system. It was a city agency that was budgeted at about $250 million. There's a lot of things that we could do better in Attleboro by managing better through data. So my name is Paul Heroux, and I'm running for mayor because there's a lot of things I want to do different, and this is just a tip of the iceberg of some of the things. I grew up here, I graduated high school here, my family owns County Square Pharmacy, I live in South Attleboro. I used to work at the Attleboro YMCA for 7 years with 5 to 12-year-old children. This is my town, this is my home, and I'm looking forward to making it a better place for all residents. Thank you. Remember to vote on November 7th.